Hi everybody, I'm back again. I'm going to kind of expand on something that somebody questioned me about concerning, you know, the expense of the economy, how expensive everything is, the life we're leading, how hard it's getting, how they can help save money, that sort of thing. You know what, people, we've got to fight back. We've got to fight back against what is happening. Um, I'm going to give you just a quick example that came to mind. I was thinking about how there was a time when going to the movies was something that you just did for fun, that you just went and, hey, let's go to the movie, no biggie. Now families have to plan financially to go to a movie because of the cost of tickets, because of the cost of the food in the theaters. Number one, don't buy the foods in the theaters. Forget that. Get your own and take it. Put some candy bars, whatever, in your purse. It's ridiculous to pay what they charge. Think about it, people. These movie stars, I'm sorry, it angers me. We are the suckers. We are the reasons. Why do you think that these stars are paid umpteen millions per picture? Why? Because we suckers are the ones who are paying for those tickets. Gotta stop that, people. Need to fight back. Why on earth should somebody make umpteen million for a movie? Seriously, why? We have other people in this world who are doing much more important jobs. The teachers, the farmers, the doctors, dentists, things of that nature, and any other job, when you think about it, that keeps our country running. They're not being paid umpteen million per job per year. So you got to stop and think about that, guys. You are the suckers. You are the suckers if you go and spend what they charge for a ticket now. A family has to plan financially to go to a movie now. You don't just wake up one Saturday and say, oh guys, let's go to the movie. People have to plan it now. That is not right. And the only reason we're having to do that is because the stars feel that they need 5 mansions with 80 rooms in them. I mean, seriously, guys, get real. Think about this. Think about what this is. These stars get on TV, they get on talk shows, they get on whatever, and then they have the reporters. Everybody's just all, that was such a great movie. Oh, I love the way you did this. Oh, you played this part so well. And they're sitting there talking about how they experienced it, and oh my gosh, it was this, it was that. Well, they're thinking, I just made 25 million. I mean, what is the first thing that is done when a movie is made? First thing that happens is, how did it do over the weekend? Oh, golly gee, gosh, it only made umpteen million. Oh, isn't that terrible? Well, think about those producers, the Spielbergs and all the others like that, who are living multi-million-dollar lives, people. They are living lives where to them to spend $1,000 is like spending 1 cent. Okay? Why are they having that luxury? Because of you going out there buying those tickets at those outrageous prices. Stop it, people. Stop going to those theaters and spending that money. Wait till it goes to the dollar theater. Wait till it goes to CD. Wait till it goes like I do. I look at the $5 bin at Walmart. That's when I buy a movie. When I see it for $5. I'll be damned if I'm spending $20 on a CD. I'll be damned if I'm going to a movie to spend that kind of money on a ticket and the food. Think about it, people. You go and watch a movie. Are you stopping to think about these stars? Why on earth do these stars and these famous people feel that they deserve that kind of money while the rest of us are trying to put food on the table, trying to pay our rent, trying to pay our utilities, trying to just survive, trying to buy medicine for our kids, for our lives, for our family? Why? Why do they have that luxury of just having millions to their name? Because of us people, the people who are suckered into buying those tickets. Stop buying the tickets, people. Stop going to the theaters. Stop it. Why do you need to go to a theater that you're going to spend so much money that it could actually hurt your budget? It's actually hurting people's budgets to go to movies. While the stars who made those movies, well, guess what? Oh, let's see, that's another 25 million in my bank account on top of the umpteen other million. Wow, isn't that great? How lucky are they? How wonderful for them, right? Well, guys, you're the suckers that are making them, and I don't say that rudely. I'm saying it just because it's the truth. I've done it in my life too. I don't anymore. I haven't gone to a movie in years. I won't do it anymore. I will not help support these stars who love themselves so much already live a better life to where it would affect my life financially. Not going to do it, and I hope you have the common sense to do the same. Think about the same like I told you in my video about buying from secondhand stores and what have you. Do it, people. Stop making the rich richer while your bank account goes down to the point that you're scared about if you're going to be able to make a payment that's going to keep your lights and heat going. Stop it, people. You've got to stop it. Stop that thinking. It's not important how much you spend on something. It's not important whose name is on it. It's not important what store you got it at. It simply isn't. So you got to start fighting back, people. We've got to start fighting back. And you people who drive these big SUV tanks, what I call farm vehicles, is what they are. I'll never know how something that looks like a farm vehicle became a status or a whatever to have. You people who buy those vehicles and you have to pay how much to my little car. I have a basic little Chevy Cavalier that my father bought me, bless his heart, a few years ago. It is great on gas. It's fantastic. But even my little car, which runs great, works perfectly, gets me to and from what is needed, it cost me, what, about $30-some just to fill the tank. So I know that you people with your SUVs, you're spending hundreds on gas. I have no sympathy for you. If you want to keep buying these vehicles and owning these vehicles that suck the gas and suck your bank account, then guess what? My sympathy for you goes out the door, and I'm not saying that to be mean. I just mean it. I mean what I'm saying. I have seen people. I have seen when I'm at the gas pump, and I see somebody filling up their SUV, and I see it going to $80, $90. I am so sorry. I cannot sympathize with you. You are creating your own hardship by owning these tanks, and that's what they are. They're like farm vehicles. I don't get what people find so attractive about these tanks that they drive. They are ugly. They're atrocious. They're huge. They're polluting the air even more with the amount of gas that they need to use, and the amount of gas that the toxins and whatever put into the air. I have no sympathy for you guys. You want to own a vehicle that you need $100 and some to fill up? Well, then own it. That's your choice. You don't need that. That's just some weird status symbol that got started, and I don't know how, because SUVs are just ugly. I'm sorry. And I'm not saying that to offend anybody watching this who owns one. That's my view. I just think they're ugly. They look like a farm vehicle, what was made to haul things for a farm back and forth, to haul feed, to haul whatever. I don't get it. So I have no sympathy for you guys filling up those tanks. And it's the same goes for food. You can buy the store brands. They're just as good. I've yet to get a store brand that I didn't like that wasn't good. I have yet to find that. It hasn't happened yet. Everything I get that's a store brand has been very good. I mean, that's up to you. You want to pay because it has a certain name up there, and you want to pay an extra 50 cents, an extra $1 for each little item because of a name. That's your choice. So don't cry, oh, gee, food's so expensive. Yes, it is. It's very expensive, which is even more of a reason why you need to find ways to spend less on food and figure out ways to make your food go longer. Add vegetables, add things, make your meals last longer. Don't be blowing all your money, guys. Don't be blowing it. There are so many things out there that are sucking us in. Every commercial that you see on TV, it's brainwashing your children to think that they need these junk cereals. No, they don't. These junk things, these junk candies, these junk fruit stuff, all this garbage. You can't help but wonder what's in all this garbage. I wonder now. I won't, that's like if I buy something like a candy, it's a treat. It's a treat. It's not going to be it's not part of my life. You need to think about all those commercials that are sucking you in to buy a $200 jar of cream, a $100 jar of cream, or go into there because it has somebody's name on it, and you think, oh, it's great. Guess what? I got sucked into that many years ago. I bought some of those facial creams for $100 and some a jar. Didn't make one bit of difference. I ordered some things online that were $70 for a thing. Didn't make a bit of difference. What I do for my personal skincare now, I'm very happy with. I have a video on that. It's worked great, very inexpensive. I'm not going to be sucked into that stuff. You guys need to look at the things you're being sucked into thinking you need. You don't need a lot of these things to survive. And if you're looking for ways to cut back on money, money expenses, you need to think about how you're spending your money. You need to think about those credit cards. Do you need to max out your credit cards with stuff? No, you don't. When I was married, we were married for 22 years, we did not have one credit card. Guess what? We survived. If we couldn't pay for it, we didn't get it. If we didn't have the money set aside to be able to afford it as well as pay other bills, we didn't get it. Guess what? We survived. We did very well. I had a very beautiful home with very beautiful things in it that I got from thrift stores, garage sales, flea markets, you name it. I either left them as they were, repainted them, took something off, added something on. I put a little effort into making my home beautiful for practically nothing. You can do the same thing. So all of you people who think you need everything that you're maxing your credit cards on, that you're emptying your bank account for, think about the people out there that you are making so rich. Those designers. I mean, get real. These designers who put their names on clothing, and it makes me laugh when I see some of these stylists get on the morning shows and they sit there and say, well, look at this shirt. If it was done by a designer, it would be, $1,000. But you can get it for $98.99. Well, guess what? A lot of people cannot afford $98.99 for a shirt. That's their car payment. That's their gas. That's their rental. That's their whatever. So those shows make me laugh when I see that, because most people cannot afford what they show on TV as what a deal compared to the rich people buying what they buy. Yeah, right. Maybe a deal to those that can afford it, but not to the average person. It's up to you people to stop spending the money in the places that is doing nothing but giving someone else another mansion to buy, another exotic car to buy, another exotic vacation, another $20,000 dollar piece of jewelry. Look at what has been done to people with that, Madoff and all these other people who took people's money and just squandered it while they lived like kings. Yes, they've got their payback now by being put in jail, but did it help those that they took it from? No. Putting them in jail didn't help them. So people, you need to start fighting back, okay? Start fighting back. Stop struggling. Don't buy a house if you can't afford it. A house is not an American dream. That is another thing that we were sucked into thinking, oh, it's the American dream. No, it's not the American dream. What it is it's a money pit. You have to take care of everything that happens. You have to pay for that heating if it goes down. You have to pay for things that occur. You need a new roof. You've got to pay for it. It's an expense. It's a huge expense. Do not buy a house unless you have got one heck of a bank account set aside to take care of all the things that come up in the need of taking care of that home. Same goes for a car. Why do you have to have an expensive car? What does it prove to your friends? What kind of friends do you have that you have to be able to say, I have this fancy car that cost me umpteen thousands. What does that prove? It proves that you're so insecure with yourself that you have to keep proving yourself to other people by what you have, how much you paid for it, what name it is, what name is on it, and where you got it from. That tells me you're a very insecure person that you need to do that. Yes, we all deserve and would like to have nice things. I'm not saying don't have and want nice things. We deserve that. I deserve it. We all deserve it. But if at the time your financial situation is one that where if you did go to a movie and spend $80, it's going to hurt you, don't do it. Find other things in your life to do. Wait till those go to the dollar movie. Wait till they go to a $5 bin at Walmart. I've got a bunch of movies that I paid $5 for. And some of them were even $2, depending. I go to a store called Hastings and I get used videos. I've yet to get one that wasn't perfect, that didn't run perfectly. I've gotten them when they have sales. I got 2 for 1. I mean, use your head, people. Quit crying poor me while you're out there maxing your credit cards and making those that are already rich richer. I mean, think about these designers. They crack me up when they get up on TV and they show their clothes and stuff, and it's like, are you serious? Are you serious? I am not buying into that. I won't make you so rich that you don't know what to do with your money and you don't know where to buy a mansion next or what island to buy. No, I'm not going to do it. And those stars, I'm telling you, I have to tell you, I have a lot of disrespect for stars and for the famous people that have so much money that all they can think of to do with it is buy something imported. Imported marble floors, imported this, imported that. That's what they think of to do with their money. Well, guess what, rich people, we can't, and for all those snobs out there who say, well, I worked hard to be a doctor, so if you want it, you can too. Guess what? That's not true. Not everybody has the, shall we say, ability to be a doctor or lawyer or whatever. And what would this world be if every one of us were a doctor? Who's going to be the guy who works at the grocery store? Who's going to be the one who takes care of the cleaners? Who's going to be the one who's at the restaurant serving you, taking orders, cooking the food, the busboy cleaning up? Who's going to be the dentist over there? Who's going to be, we can't all be multimillionaires. So you rich people who sit there and say, oh, well, it's your choice. No, we have to have all kinds of people working in all kinds of jobs in order for this country to exist. We cannot all be a brain surgeon. We cannot all be a famous person who wrote a book and now is multi-zillionaire because of it. No, that's not the reality. So for all you snobs out there who say, oh, well, it's your choice. No, people. Yes, there are some people who choose to be lazy and not do anything with their life, and that's their choice. Hey, that's their choice. But to sit there and think that all of us can be something to where we're making millions, that's an absurdity in thought. That's an absurdity in a message to give to people. We can't all do that. We every job that exists is needed to some degree for some reason. I don't care what it is. And that's what angers me, that there is such a difference between what people do and what they're paid. Every job is needed. If you didn't have the garbage guy coming around picking up your garbage, can you imagine what life would be like? If you didn't have the janitors cleaning the schools and businesses and companies, can you imagine what it would look like, how disgusting it would be? If we didn't have the waiters, waitresses, busboys, and cooks at the restaurants so that we could go and have a nice meal without having to do it ourselves, how terrible would that be? All these little jobs, the cleaners, the people that go around working on the streets, rebuilding our streets, all these jobs are necessary for our country to exist and to go on. But they're not being paid multi-million dollars. So guys, think about all that. Think about the people that are so freaking rich and they get on TV, these producers and these stars and all these famous people, and they go on and on about the next movie they're making. Oh yes, I'm making. Well, you know what? If you really care about people wanting to see your movie and you really want to, and you stars out there, you famous people, movie stars out there want people to see your movies just because you want to entertain them, because you love your craft so much. How about making it to where us people out here don't have to pay $10, $15 a ticket and we can't even afford to take our families to a movie? How about you carrying to that degree, you famous star people, okay? I'm sorry, it does anger me. I can imagine how many, thank goodness all my kids are grown and adults, but I can't even imagine how many kids are out there saying, Mommy, Mommy, Daddy, I want to go to a movie, and they're saying, I'm sorry, right now we can't afford $100 to walk in that door. Not talking the food either, just the tickets. You stars, you producers, you are the reason that people cannot even enjoy a movie. I remember when I was when I was a teenager, you know, my gosh, 50 cents to go to a movie. I mean, get real, come on. This is insane that you people, you famous people do this, okay? You're doing this to the family, and the families, the people out here have to start using your heads. Why are you buying things that are making you poorer while you make them richer? Let's use the logic there. You teenagers out there, you go to jobs, you say you're a 16-year-old, you got your first job, and you go and blow it, especially you female, you girls, you young girls. You feel you've got to go out and buy all these expensive cosmetics and expensive this. Well, guess what? The people that are getting your money aren't worrying about the fact that you just worked an entire week and came home with $60 and you're going to blow it on their products. They don't give a damn about you. The corporate does not care about you. Those designer people out there with their names in the mall on the cosmetics and everything, you think they care about you? No, they don't. They're caring about themselves, that they designed this, they came up with this, and now they're trying to figure out which mansion to buy. Let's see, should I buy, let's see, a $200,000 car or $300,000? I'm not really sure. Which one? Well, you're either taking a bus, walking, or driving a piece of crap that's falling apart, okay? Use your head, people. Start thinking about what you're doing with your money and who you're giving it to. The rich, the elite, are already rich and elite enough. Don't make it to where they're richer and more elite, okay? You don't get to go on, you know, it kills me when I hear a star say, oh, that movie was so exhausting, I took a year off from work. Well, how many of you can take off a year from work and still be a multi-millionaire? Not too many, I'm sure. They are that way because we are making them that way. So start finding other ways to entertain your children, entertain your family, do things, get out there. Get out into nature, get into the world. Go see what little things are going on within your city. Just, you know, local things happening. There's a lot of things that are out there. Because as I see these stars getting on TV, the more I watch famous people get on TV, the more disgusted I get with them. They get up there and act like they're so nice and so caring and so blah, 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 when they're not realizing that, guess what? Those people watching me, they can't even take their kids to my movie unless they plan it budget-wise. or unless they don't pay a utility or something. You think they care? No, because they are sitting there counting the millions adding up in their bank account. So think about it, people. Find ways to save the money that you earn, that you work so hard to get. Don't just throw it out there. Get those damn credit cards and cut them up, get rid of them. If you cannot afford something, do not buy it. And there are many things that you can afford if you buy them in secondhand stores, okay? There's tons of them. Clothing, everything you need is in secondhand stores. Salvation Army, thrift stores, flea markets, garage sales. Like they say, another man's junk is another man's treasure. There are so many things in this world that people get rid of because they're tired of it, they've outgrown it, their kids are gone, they moved, what have you. They're everywhere. Quit being so damn lazy and just using that credit card or just using your debit card, and then you sit there and say, oh my gosh, I'm broke. Stop doing it, people. Stop making the rich richer. And I tell you, the reason I mention the stars so much is because it infuriates me. Every morning show you watch, everything you watch anymore, talk shows, it's all about the stars. It's all about the famous people. Well, those people aren't giving a hoot about you, because if they were, they wouldn't want, those producers and everything, they wouldn't want 10, 15, however many dollars for one ticket to see a movie. They want that because they want their next mansion. They want their next $20,000 import from wherever, Italy, wherever. They want their next piece of jewelry. All these corporate people, like when you watch these shows, you know, Housewives of Beverly Hills and Housewives of what have you, and they're walking around flaunting, oh look, I got this, you know, I shop at this Beverly Hills store, or they're in New York and I bought this. Well, good for them, but guess what? That's not the majority of people. And so you need to stop watching all those stupid shows and try to live with what you have and hope for the best. I believe in, you know, thinking and bringing better into your life. I believe that. I believe in sitting back, you know, the so-called law of attraction, I guess, or however you want to put it. I believe. Think of the better things coming to you. Be grateful for what you have. Thankful for what you have. And envision yourself with better. But that doesn't mean that you be stupid and ignorant and go out there and blow all your money and then you see $2 in your account because you blew it on stuff that's just making somebody else rich. Where is the logic in that, people? Come on, let's get it together here. You need to start taking care of yourself. We need to start fighting, get back against the rich and elite in this country. And one of the ways to do that is to stop giving them our money. I mean, think of all the Bernie Madoffs and all the other people up there who were living high on the hog with our money, with your money, with everybody's money. Stop it, people. Just stop it. Stop buying everything that you don't need. Treat yourself. Make it a treat. Don't make it part of your everyday life. When I see these stars who talk about all these products they buy that are outrageously expensive, they're stupid. I'm going to tell you right now, there is no proof of all these ridiculous creams and things. Do you realize that, like, these expensive creams you buy, like let's say they're vitamin C cream, it's going to firm up your skin. Well, I'll tell you what, my video works of what I do with vitamin C. You can buy a thing of vitamin C cream that is outrageously expensive. Do you know they can put a drop of vitamin C in there and say it's vitamin C cream? That's the reality of it. So people, start thinking about what you're doing. Think about, I'll give you an example. Elizabeth Taylor, one of the most beautiful people in the world. I was researching information on her after she died. And guess what? You know what she used to use on her face for a cream? Hand lotion. She used hand lotion on her face, which is what I do. She used hand lotion. Amazing. Elizabeth Taylor, one of the most beautiful people. Teenagers, women, guys, whoever who's into the cosmetics and all that stuff, start thinking about what you're spending. Find deals. Go to your dollar stores. I go to the dollar stores. They have fantastic body gels and body, you know, shower gels and things. They have that smell beautiful, feel great for $1. And for all you health nuts out there, I agree that you need to watch your health. I agree we need to watch what chemicals and things we put on us. But you know what? If you're going to live to the point that you spend your whole life trying to find what's perfectly pure, you're not going to live your life, because you're going to become paranoid. I don't want to become the Howie Mandel of the world, where I don't want to touch or do anything because, oh my God, it's going to kill me. You know, people have lived into their 70s, 80s, and 90s and never worried about all this stuff. I'm not saying don't worry about it. I'm simply saying be a little more realistic. People have been using products for years and years and years, and what can I say, okay? But of course, be cautious. If you see something that looks like it has, you know, something that could hurt you, whatever, of course don't use it. But don't go crazy. Don't get to the point that you cannot even enjoy anything in life, because if that's the case, you wouldn't be able to sit on furniture, you wouldn't be able to use a blanket, you wouldn't be able to use anything you use because you don't know what's in it, what it's made with. And I don't know about you, but I certainly can't believe every single solitary thing corporation says. So I'm just going to try to live my life the best I can, the happiest I can, and be cautious of what I can. But I'm not going to become a paranoid freak of, oh my gosh, I touched this. What does it have in it? I can't do that. Yes, I am going to show concern about what I do see of things being in the sky, that type of thing, and what I see on video of what's being done. Yeah, I'm going to show great concern for that, but I can't do it with every little thing because you'll go crazy. You'll go nuts if you try to do that. So people, bite back. Go to find things that are more expensive. Go to places where you don't spend so much money. Cut up your damn credit cards. Keep one in the event of an emergency, and I mean emergency, like medicine. Your child needs something. Your dog got ill. It needs something. You know, that sort of thing. Emergency. Your car breaks down. Do not ever use it other than for an emergency. If your bank account says you have $500 and you want to go blow it and buy stuff and you know you're going to end up with $100, don't do it. It's not going to do anything but buyer's remorse. You're going to be stressed, like, oh my God, I should have done that. Why did we do that? Stop it, people. Stop making the rich and the elite richer and more elite. Okay, stop it. Stop paying the well-to-do and the famous people. Same with books. You go and buy a book, the price is outrageous. Wait till it goes to a secondhand bookstore. You can go to the thrift store and buy tons of books for a quarter, for 50 cents. You can buy children's books, books for you as adults, for nothing. Start using your heads, people. Stop giving your money away to the rich and the elite, to the corporate, to the people who don't care about you. The guy who says, well, I only got $7 million bonus this year. Oh, poor little guy. Gee, how many people would that have taken care of? And remember, we cannot all be the CEO, the doctor, the lawyer, the whoever. We can't all be that, because every station in this country of jobs is needed for one purpose or another. So people, stop whining and crying about your financial situation. Think about what you're spending your money on. Think about the car you're driving. Think about the things you put into your household, how much you're spending for them when you can possibly find them cheaper. Don't give the whining and crying if you're not thinking about what you're spending your money on, because the sympathy goes out the door. If I see somebody's telling me, oh my gosh, I'm struggling, I'm whatever, and then I see him go to the store and buy all kinds of junk, stuff that is definitely not needed, I can't sympathize. Doesn't work. Just doesn't work. So for your own sake, your children's sake, your family's sake, whatever, people, it's easy. Stop the credit cards. Start shopping at secondhand. Start looking for discounts. Start shopping for the way that you're not. Don't go making the rich richer. Okay, I'm going to keep repeating it. Quit making the rich richer. Because some guy puts his name on it, some woman puts his name on an article of clothing, what is wrong with you that makes you think that you are a better person? You are no better. What makes you a good person is what's in here. What kind of person you are, that you treat people, how you take care of people, how you help people, how you help charities. That's what makes you a good person. Not because you're wearing something that says blah, 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 name. That's absurd. It's ridiculous. It's crazy thinking that we have been sucked into to be made to feel that we are a better person because we are wearing a certain product by a certain person. Think about it, people. Those people that are putting out those products, Milano, I can't even think, I'm so frustrated. The Blahnik shoes, you know what I'm talking about. All these shoes and products and clothes and things that have their name on it. And so they jack it up to who knows what price. What is it doing for your life to say, I have a shirt, I have a dress, I have shoes sitting in my closet that says has somebody's name? What does it do for you? The only thing it can do for you is if you are an extremely insecure person and those things define who you are as a human being. Without those things, if I bring 2 shirts out and one of them is made by some famous designer and it costs $400, and I bring another shirt out from Walmart that costs $15, and somebody says, well, they're both really nice shirts, why does anybody care? Why would anybody care? If you have those kind of people in your life, if you're associating with people who say, well, oh my God, she shops at Walmart, or she shops at this, then what the hell? You have chosen the kind of people you have in your life to make you feel that you need to be that kind of person spending tons of money. I don't sympathize with you. And it's not just the average person. You hear about rich people all the time who were very wealthy, and all of a sudden they have nothing. Why? Well, gosh, I don't know. Maybe that last $50,000 necklace you bought, or maybe that last $200,000 car you bought, or maybe the last trip you took that cost 500,000. Gee, I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't sympathize with them. And the same goes for you people when you hear about them winning the lottery and all of a sudden they're broke a year later. Well, how stupid can you get? I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. How stupid can you get? If I won the lottery, believe me, I'd be taken care of for life. I would not be buying a huge mansion and buying umpteen zillion expensive cars. That's stupidity. So people, I'm going to end this now. For those of you that have contacted me about, how do we get by? The economy's killing us. It's up to you. Nobody can do it but you. Cut up your credit cards, go shop at cheaper places, go to secondhand stores, quit worrying about names and where you got your things from. If you have people who care, get rid of them. It's very simple, people. You can simplify your life quite a bit. It's up to you to do it. So guys, think about it. Look around your house. Look at your credit card bill. Look at your bank statement. Look at your financial situation and tell yourself, do I need to be there? No, you probably don't. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. If you can't afford to take care of a home, don't buy one. You'll have to go to rental. And for those people who say, oh, you're just throwing your money away, I'm really sorry. But in today's economy, no, you're not. When something breaks down, landlord's got to take care of it. And you keep putting that money aside. All that money that you would have spent fixing up a house, what have you, put that money aside. And unless you have a ton of money in an account, don't buy a house because it can drain you and deplete you and destroy you. It happens to people all the time. They have to foreclose, they have to walk away. Don't let it happen to you guys. Start fighting it back against this country, this society that makes you feel that unless you have something, the Paris Hiltons and all these other people who walk around flaunting their wealth and their money and they think it's so cool, it's disgusting. It disgusts me that there is one human being out there, whether you be a star or some other famous person, who thinks that you need a multi-million-dollar mansion for you and your husband, or you and your partner, or you and two kids, and you've got a house so vast that you can't even use it. I mean, seriously, who needs that? Nobody needs that. It's one thing to have a nice home that you're comfortable, that's pretty, that's a nice little home. It's another thing to have umpteen bedrooms. Who needs 12 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms unless you're the Duggar family? You know what I'm talking about? Who needs that? It's all for show. And the reason those people are able to live in those homes, if you watch TV, if you're like everybody else, you watch TV, and you see a star in their home, they're interviewing whatever, and you sit there thinking, God, I really wish I had that. The only reason they have it is because you're draining your bank account. You're giving away that money you earned hourly to them. So think about it, people. Where you're sending that money that you work so hard for, what you're spending it on. Start simplifying your life. Simplify it. You don't need tons of expensive things to have a beautiful home or to have beautiful clothes. You don't need it. It's out there to have it in a much cheaper way. So guys, I'm gonna let it go now. You guys take care. Our country is in a very serious state. Economy, everything seems to be going downhill, especially with food because of the drought. It's going to be expensive. So start planning ways to cut back, buying less expensive food, or making your food go further with like rice and beans and vegetables, like frozen vegetables, all kinds of little ways that you can make food go longer. Buy bulk in flour if you're the type to bake and do a lot. Think of ways to cut back, but don't buy what you don't need. Make things that you don't need a treat once in a while. That's how I grew up. We grew up with things as a treat because they had 5 kids, times were tough. If you have the money, great, but you know what? There are a lot of people out there that $50,000 piece of jewelry you just bought to hang on your neck to say, look at me. There's a lot of people that money could help in medical research and in charities and homeless situations. So next time you decide to walk in and buy something that is completely and totally unnecessary, and it costs thousands, this goes out to you wealthy people and anybody else who might be stressing their bank account to own it, that costs thousands or costs an outrageous amount of money, think about it. Even something as simple as you go into the mall and you buy a facial cream and it's $100, which is so insane for a little thing. It's insanity. Think about how maybe you could take 50 of that dollars and hand it to a charity or something, and who it could help. Because there are a lot of people who have hit hard times, They lost their job, they got laid off, they got sick, whatever. It is not their fault. Not everybody who is getting help from the state when it's food stamps and what have you, not everybody is just a lazy bum. They have fallen upon hard times and they need help. So instead of spending your money, all you wealthy people, on junk and stuff to show because that's what defines you, you think that's what defines you, it doesn't. All that does is show that you can spend money. That's all that shows. How about giving that money to places where it can truly help your fellow human being and people, okay? Talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.